It was the year 1951 when the Chinese Liberation Army marched into the capital of Tibet. They installed about 250,000 troops, after which Tibet's capital, Lhasa, appealed to the UN for help. Even the Dalai Lama, Tibet's spiritual leader, tried to keep China and its ideologies at bay, but with no success. China then forced Tibet to sign the 17-point agreement, turning the once independent nation into an autonomous region of China. The agreement promised no interference or alterations in the existing political system, no change in the status of power of the Dalai Lama, and freedom of religion. But China did not hold up their end of the bargain. After 8 years of disagreements, the invaders decided to execute the Dalai Lama. But before they could do so, the Dalai Lama had already managed to escape and seek refuge in northern India. Now that's just the tip of the iceberg. There were many conspiracy theories that made headlines across the world. One of them stated that the Dalai Lama used international help to escape. In the late 90s, alleged evidence indicated that the CIA spent millions on military operations that helped Tibetans face China. There are also reports that the Dalai Lama was secretly working for the CIA and received a massive subsidy amount. Keep watching this video only on Served Hot TV and find out. China has always been a communist country, and the USA, a capitalist. This means that the Chinese government is always looking for expanding its borders no matter what. So when the commies forced its laws onto Tibet, Dalai Lama, its young spiritual leader, had to bend to China's violent ways. In his autobiography, Freedom in Exile, he wrote how his brothers contacted the CIA in these difficult times and hid this fact from him for many years, as the Dalai Lama knew that the CIA didn't care about Tibet's independence, but only to destabilize the communist government. In 1957, the CIA started training the Tibetans for using modern weapons and guerrilla tactics. By July of 1958, the CIA set up a secret facility at Camp Hale, Colorado, where tons of Tibetans flocked to train for their independence. The Tibetans started to take back what was once theirs and steadily reoccupied few regions. By the late 50s, the Chinese made it very clear they wanted the spiritual leader removed for good. On March 17, 1959, the Dalai Lama and many others escaped from Tibet and entered India. The Chinese forces were unaware of his disappearing act, and 2 days later, carried out the bombing of his residence. To make up for their failed attempt, they executed countless innocent Lhasa civilians in retaliation. That's just absolutely cruel. In 1961, John F. Kennedy became the President of the United States and initially supported the Tibetan cause. The Blue Satchel Raid was a highly successful operation that uncovered top-secret documents about China's missile programs and their attempt at developing nuclear weapons. After the election of President Nixon, the resistance found their foreign supporters starting to exit the cause. It was because Nixon re-established relations with China. In 1974, the Dalai Lama finally issued a taped message to be played in all camps ordering the Tibetans to lay down their weapons. The battle was finally over. The Chinese government started to take back control. In all this, it is important to understand whether the Dalai Lama's motive was to free his people or propagate Western ideology. According to the events of the past, it seems there are mixed opinions about the Dalai Lama and the CIA. One set of documents and people suggest that the CIA spent close to $1.7 million on military operations to train the Tibetans against China, and a subsidy of $180,000 paid to Tibet's leader separately. Other documents suggest that Dalai Lama did not receive any money individually. They say the money was spent on Tibetan military training, supplies, and so on. At the end of it all, do you think that the Dalai Lama was a double agent? Comment your opinion and let us know. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it informative. Thanks for watching Served Hot TV.